Pop up, get down, everybody do the that's not the right one. Hi. Hello. Yes, it is hat and tie music because I like hat and tie music. Also, Judge Judy Slayer, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hello Oswald. Hello Party Cat Anthem. Hi. I forgot to do that. Give me a second to do that now. Boop. Oswald. I wrote your name wrong. Oswald McFly. There we go. You should be good now. Show off your handy dandy sword, my friend. Hi. Let me just wanted to say hi, but I can't say because I'll be spoiling myself. Strangles you. Hi, Noka. Alright, thank you for stopping by to say hi. Alright, let me switch over to our wonderful game. And let's go. Let's play some video games. I am spoiler free and ready to see you yell. Am I really gonna yell? Am I gonna yell? Am I actually gonna yell? Hello? Hello? Oh, that's right. We left off because we saw this girl again. Also, let me know if the audio is okay, if it's too loud or not. Which is especially troubling. Wonder if it is a bot. I'll give them a shot to type in the chat to see if they're a person or not. But if not, then take immediate action, if you will. But yeah. Pawnbroker's customer. We left off. We met up with this girl. Okay, let me drink some water. I have water with me now, not Coke like I usually do. Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Audio sounds good? Okay, thank you. Yeah, well I am alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. You know what I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy face. Chevy Chase. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then. I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I know best to answer that, really. The thing probably won't get in here, what? Become a babe. This is a threat. Hi, Cooney. Hi, Biggest Bull. Welcome. Bubbly. Suppose. Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear! That thing belongs to me! The disc that Mr. Windybank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Hmm? A little British speak is terrifying. It's very hard to read. Alright, what you gotta say? I forgot what voice I gave him. Oh wait, no, I gave him Uwu voice, that's right. Because of something he said. Okay, then yeah. Yeah, do what you gotta do. Yeah, I don't trust that. Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Lestrade has brought in? Thank you. It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. Box. Small protrusions in the middle disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going and beautiful music plays. It's so incredible. Tell us what tune is on this disc. Well, I'm afraid I can't tell you that. I don't know. It just came to me when I saw this, when I looked at this guy. There are so many different types of music box, you see? British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. We'll get used to the car. You're gonna be hearing him a lot. Oh, maybe I should give him a normal voice then. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies! He told me he did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc was good money. I know it is. Well then, you'll have to try your luck out at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Ah! She's been in before, of course, this little tatterdemalion? Tatterdemalion? I've never heard that word. British. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, a storage ticket. So... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yes, right. A guy like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. Eh? Oh, the coat? It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Oh. What? What's wrong with it? If it fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. Uh-huh. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? The disc is something else. Thank you for the jorts. The disc is something else. A new article department. If the girl and I can agree at price. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say.
Your mom sent me.
Stop! Who keeps the TV jorts? What's with the jorts? Thank you for the jorts. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her, care, as I'd understood it. So many jorts. I heard it twice. I don't know. It doesn't say. I thought it was both you. Mystery jorts. Ooh, mystery jorts. Secret double jorts. That's right. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady?
Beep is alive! Beep is born! Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would.
Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious.
Out of my way, please!
Eh? Oh, hello. Who are you? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. It's him? Who is he?
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. You literally threatened to beat up a child.
Look, ain't obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you're an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What? You mean from you?
Eh? Broker! Yes, sir? I don't know what voice to give this guy. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my! Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you rostral, and needless to say...
Eh?
Any music box discs too. Any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Oh, it was. Now it's mine.
Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail.
Eh? Who this man's?
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying...
What you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life. I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business. When this little gutterling ran into me, I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again?
Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Jesus Christ, these animations. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Ugh. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on! Why does everyone think it's me?
Because you're a pickpocket.
Just look at this Danny Cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
He is a little suspicious looking too. I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally. He's wearing so much white. Car, what do you think my opinion on this guy is? That he's a dickhead? That he's a punk? That he's, you what? You what? White. Evidence? What evidence do you have, sir? He's a contender to Luke? Oh my god, you must really hate him then. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
You got a license for that evidence?
Of course. We need only consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh,
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. Why? But why not? Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. Are you saying you store illegal items? A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
yes, I see. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's... why, Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. Why? Sholmes! Sholmes! That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
And if someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article?
That's right, sir. Yes, just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
But Al!
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt. So, what is... Okay, Sholmes is not there anymore. Wendyback, I need you to hold this special jar for me. The watchword is pony radiator. No! No! No more jar jokes! So I'm guessing watchword is passwords. Yeah, I think that's the case. Why?
No, not that emote!
Alright, let's talk to this gentleman. What is... He hasn't even told us his name. Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect to inquire to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes. We're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh, yes, Japan. I've heard talk of that place. What? Its inhabitants lives on some fiery brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices. Yeah, we don't need jar jokes. Sholmes has already become jar here. I have an agent of chaos and evil. What the fuck was that? He's schmoving though. These moves. Yo, why does he keep dancing? Oh, give me a second. I need to cough. Sorry, I'm still sick, and occasionally we'll need to cough. So give me a moment. Yeah, my cough is very loud, so I don't want to bother people with it. Cause he wants me to punch you. You might be thinking of something else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation? Theatrical gesticulation about? This motherfucker just said gesticulation. Is it gesticulation or gesticulation? Gesticulation? I don't know. Words. Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you will offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
Soft G? Okay. I see. Are you gonna introduce yourself? My name is Benedict. His name is Egbert Benedict. What? The fuck? What the fuck is this name? Real Swordward and Shieldbert moment! I hate this name. I hate this name. It's their long lost cousin. Benedict Eggerbatch! I hate this name. He doesn't even look like an egg. I mean, I guess he's really white. Oh, that's probably it, isn't it? I hate you. I hate you already. Enchanté. You're telling me, Ryunosuke. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but the name is suspicious. I get it now. I get it now. I totally get it now. Now, to the matter at hand. What the fuck? My overcoat. Return it at once. To someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him moving. I'm about misatsu this dude into extinction. I'm a fail, yes! this guy? There you go. He's wearing a coat over his coat? Is he in the court record? Yes, he is. Oh my god, look at him without his hat. Oh my god, he looks so stupid! A young English gentleman with an aloof and high-handed manner, he appeared at Winniebank's pawnbrokery accusing Gina of stealing his redemption ticket. We don't know his age. Interesting. So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggard Benedict, sir. I hate him. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
That's why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir. Here's the disc for you. Just this one. Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
That's suspicious.
Another disc? Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? Don't know nothing about it.
Very well.
You clipped it! Thank you for the clip!
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute! The disc! It's mine! Whoa!
Ah! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal!
Oh my! Yes, there's blood on the disc!
It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man! Sorry. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it!
Me?
If I ain't onto it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? A metal disc used to play music in mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. You there! You there in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No! Don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars!
Wait, is it actually gonna make me choose? Hold on. I'm gonna save just in case. You wanna check that disc real fast? Oh, good idea. Yeah, I wanna check that disc because I'm kinda like curious on it. So let's see. It's got like a look. Hello! What do we got here?
For McGilded? Huh? Excuse me, McGilded? The man who's dead?
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck on the reverse side of the disc. Look. And there's a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name.
Can Susato read English? Okay, she can.
For McGilded.
McGilded?
It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? What? The fuck?
Did Gina fetch that for him? Maybe.
Blood.
Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny.
Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the cones to make notes. I'm pretty sure they both know English, like... Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Sangre. El sangre del huevo.
And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood.
Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict.
When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger.
Ouch! Just thinking about it hurts. And puts me off eating radish. Ugh. Let's save that we have that little updated information. Not like the blood mark is gonna be important, right? Nah, it's obviously not important. We might as well just wipe it off. How am I going to resolve this? El señor huevo. Señor huevo Benedicto. God, I hate him. Hey, oh yeah, is Sholmes here? Is Sholmes finished, like... Yes, he is. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, it seems. So... You found me at last, Mr. Neruhidio. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows, cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. Oh, is he sad because we didn't pay attention to him? I had nothing to occupy my mind, but I was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst as they shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Neruhidio? But how could you? Sulking cat man. This caramel bar is the only friend I have left. I was so lonely. So desperately lonely. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mr. Sholmes. I feel simply awful for you.
It would seem that my inferences were correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again?
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for? It seems Mr. Sholmes had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation before Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Let's listen to the deduction. Let's hear him out. My cat when I don't pay attention to him for more than 10 seconds. He's literally is a cat man. Cat boy. Fucking cat boy. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away! Not an hour later!
Harsh. Poor guy. Leave him alone! And who, pray tell, are you? Are you? Someone who's more handsome than you, for sure. Mr. Eggert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Fucking falls over. Leave him alone! Leave my cat boy alone! Leave my fucking cat boy alone. Don't bully him. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. Ugh. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? Oh! He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg! Perlock meows! It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes. As I hoped. That was precisely the pained expression I was looking for. He was already that white, Naruhodo. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Holmes logic and reasoning spectacular. Yay! Another one of these! Here we go, baby! The game is afoot. Mystery Man's Aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Eh? What's that you got there in your hand, sir? As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is that staff recruitment flyer. Eh? The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement for this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such an employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. He just threw it. The cane which you unwittingly clutch to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. You utter rot! I've had this cane for years. Really now? The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. Ah! And yet detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Ah! You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. This jacket just ripped, did it? Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Sorry. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive... Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
¡Vamos a la mierda! What is he going on about this being a shovel? You fucking what? Also, I realize my game is a little off-centered. Hold on. Let me fix that really quick. There we go. All better. Oh, what did he say? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here is, thank you, was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What? 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 What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. What does that mean, Sholmes? That definitely sounds logical. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your fortuitive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage workage, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you... In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? What the fuck was that spin? Spin! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower.
Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank, the special reserve funds of the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please.
Man just got shot by words. Why is Scotland Yard even called Scotland Yard? That is an interesting question. I have no idea.
Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle.
I don't think any of that was correct, Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruhideo? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault?
Mr. Sholmes, why do you speak?
Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence.
And you just told everyone here.
But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact.
Ah.
And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it is because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all.
My life, I assure you, I'm not so unscrupulous.
Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Nevidio. An excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to the great deduction again, and see if we can massage it into shape. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. Of Sherlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular.
He's gonna be repeating some stuff, so I need to mute myself to cough, so give me a moment. Okay, I'm sorry.
What brought you to is the Stafford Coup flyer? That's not right. So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Oh, what? Hello? Hello? What is this? Oh. Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it!
What is it? Listen to what it says.
Name Gina Lestrade. Height 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, racket. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if you showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of this shop have been written down here too. Windy Banks Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th of April. Which is today's date! Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper?
Take that!
A fancy fop like him? Doubtful. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here, to Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Mrs. Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. If I saw these dudes doing this in public, give them both a wedgie. They're a bunch of nerds. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch on your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. Sorry. What utter rot? I've had this cane for years. What's a ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found at the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement? Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Maybe it's the letters? AG. Look here, Mr. Sato. There are some letters on the handle. Oh god, I'm so sorry I keep muting myself. I have to cough, and it's really loud. But yes, you are right. If Edgar Benedict is his name, the initials, and he said he's had this cane for years, the initials probably should be like EB or BE. But instead they're AG. Who the fuck is AG? Yes, those must be the initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh. AG? AG. Who the hell is... Why do I feel as though that's not quite right? Why indeed? Why indeed, Ryunosuke? We should probably present that. So...
Take that!
Initialing. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in the most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree?
No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... Applebee's goose!
Applebee's goose! You're gonna kill me, Biggest Bull. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me.
You said before that you'd had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in a park. In short, there you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Ah! Something broke. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth.
Not the handle.
Mr. Goose did it all along. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here.
I'm so sorry. Ugh.
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name. And claiming that... Thanks for the fart, Gabe. Applebee's Goose, we're terribly sorry about my misspelling of such a regal name. Rotten egg fart. I'm claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Well, we did hear a rip, so maybe something broke? Something ripped. Aha! There it is.
Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look!
So it seems.
Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. Sleeves are stretched to bursting, and you wouldn't have any hope of fastening it on the front. If you were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
That I'd like to see.
Sorry?
So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
She's really given this some thought.
Oh my god, Susato!
Take that!
Bum bum bum!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see? Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. Sure. When you so badly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket...
He suddenly has a middle name now. Appleton Bistro Gooseberry.
A man with a top hat always has a middle name. This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windybank. Ah! Right on the money. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed.
Fancy shocked speen.
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For what we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have been planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of ponage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details, n'est-ce pas? But the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windybank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Windybank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Notelet? Look at this, Mrs. Sato. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windybank was scribbled to himself. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, Professor. I can just picture them just deadpan looking at each other. It's like, oh my god. The silence. Mr. Windybank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear. I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Take that!
They slowly turn to each other and go like, oh. Oh, thank you. Hold on, I gotta take my medicine. And this medicine is very bitter. So I'm gonna make bleh. So hold on. It tastes so bad. Ugh. Sorry. Hopefully that'll stop my coughing. It tastes so bad. I'm gonna drink some water to get the taste out. Okay. I didn't read what he said earlier. Hold on. The method is revealed in a notelet and a counter to which your eyes are inevitably drawn. Okay. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on the notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windybank. When the diligent broker made note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Ah. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? Full and ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? As someone who has only played the original Ace Attorney games, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, me neither. I've only ever played, like, the original trilogy and Ace Attorney 4, Apollo Justice, which is my favorite game in the franchise so far. If this game goes good, it might top it, maybe, but Apollo Justice is such a special place in my heart, it'll be very difficult to topple it as my favorite. I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. No, it doesn't. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc. That was in one of the pockets. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo. Listen, jokes aside, Apollo Justice is a really good game. It's a really, really good game. I really recommend it. It's so good. I love it so much. Japanifornia. It's not the first time Japanifornia has become a thing in something. I mean, look at Big Hero 6. Which, according to Mr. Windybank, isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we? Really? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. It's the fucking music box.
Take that!
I mean, the music disc. You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads, "For McGilded." Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his load modelling demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. Yep, he's dead now. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. Oh, that was Ryunosuke. He was trying to be British. He was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeeze yourself into. Ugh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today. Look at them. Look at them. Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Gah! Mr. McGriddled. Fuck. EDF has a similar thing where it very clearly takes place in Japan, but the game keeps trying to convince you it's Arizona. EDF? What's EDF? Got him, fam. Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mrs. Otto. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is 15th April, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th January, sir, that's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. What? But that suggests... What? What does it suggest? Yes, 15th of February. Oh! Oh! Huh. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. What? And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. What? Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. What the fuck? You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose, however. I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. That's a gun! That's a gun! That's a gun! That's a gun! Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's really bad. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do? I don't know what's going on, but the fact that McGilded is involved tells me I shouldn't, so... No. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not.
Hold it!
Hold it! Oh, whoa! Mr. Windybank! This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers.
If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life. Mr. Winniebank, no! Alright, that's enough.
Aye! Hey!
Gregson! Yeah, Gregson coming in clutch. Inspector Gregson. Inspector?
Gregsy!
That's raw, sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines, so we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be! You're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand.
Phew! And he took off the stupid coat, too.
What? You lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy.
Petty? Mr. Winniebank was very nearly met his very end.
Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And now the Britain can meet with its end, if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is the case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter. It's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector.
What the fuck? He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat, officer, too! Stop!
He fucking ran. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fit emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning.
Oh, yes?
I'll be taking that, whatever it is, of Mr. McGilden down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course. No! Don't! Don't give it to him! It's mine, that is! Mine!
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilden has to be taken in as evidence now.
As evidence?
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. And so, we handed Mr. McGilden's disc over to the Inspector Gretzi. And were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Huh. To be continued? To be continued. That was the first day, huh? Interesting. That was a lot to take in. Indeed. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what the hecky lot is happening here. Oh, she kept the coat though.
See? That's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Oh really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What? Oh, surely you were given that. Yeah, but do you let me keep it? After I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and then said, "Go on then, have it," before I telling me to scupper. Always pays off giving people a look that you hate them.
I can't help feeling that it's going to get you into serious trouble one day.
What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, man. The music box disc?
But Mr. Winniebank said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long hard stare.
I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windy Banks again today.
Why not? That's not fair!
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windybank.
But this is mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. And that's what that rotten coat said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well then, that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Eh?
Iris will be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
No, Ter.
Oh,
Why would I come round to your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something?
ah! There she goes.
Oh dear. She's gone.
Was Sholmes trying to adopt a child? Haven't revealed it on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Aw. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set up a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later, too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting! What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mrs. Sato. Until later, then. Dad Sholmes is good. Truly an excellent event. So we can't go in there. I guess we can go back to the Sholmes suite and see Iris.
Susie and Bruno, come in, come in!
Good afternoon, Iris.
I love Iris! Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always?
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining.
Oh dear. It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Guinea! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news! Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
Oh, I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate.
Are you, Mr. Naruhodo? By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to?
Oh. Helly? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes? I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here. I don't know how to respond to that. Is he in his depression again?
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes. Hurley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder what her real parents are.
What's the matter, Reno? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right?
How? How did you...
Oh, Reno, I can read you like a book.
This girl is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Okay. So, by Guinea, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGill case 2 months ago, right?
Yes! Who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends. Aww! Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the streets, she runs away as fast as she can. Eh? Oh. And I chase after her down to the back alleys.
Interesting idea of friendship.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I developed. Oh. There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Guinea wants me to make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Haley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Hurley.
Oh, I can't wait for Guinea to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come. Really is a man-child? Yeah. Ryunosuke, what do you have, Iris? A gun! No!
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That, and where are your real parents? Oh.
My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oof.
Ouch. Yikes. Mummy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases. Oh yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So Mr. Sholmes'
partner was your father?
Exactly. Hallie told me I wasn't allowed to look into the chest, but that only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up. And found your father's memoirs. Yes. So I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris' father was Mr. Sholmes' partner.
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny even when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean,
it must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age.
Helly says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Helly all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying. Before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he's solved a case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about he totally forgot about a case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
You can say that again.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see.
Yeah, I remember, like, I made that connection, like, day one when I learned her last name. It's like, like, my first instinct, like, wait, Wilson? Like, the victim? It's like, ay, Dios mío, bendito, ay, bendito.
Oh boy. That's what prompted me to study and study, so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
Iris's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of by John H. Wilson. Dun dun dun! The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University, and the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life before he left Japan. Mrs. Sato.
Yes.
Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
Ah, my dear fellows. How good to see you.
Hey! Mr. Sholmes!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam? Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you.
Eh?
Behold, my dear fellows.
Oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Mr. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Then what's it doing here?
You know, at times, Mr. Nebuchadnezzar, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept in larceny.
Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Bruno could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I'd be delighted.
I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think. I love Susanna's like, yeah, you do that. Okay, but it's not gold though. That's not the disc. She's all in. She's not even questioning it. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Eh? That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc.
Nani?
I'll be taking that whatever it is Mr. McGildy's down to this yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course.
Eh?
For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
Oh, did he make a copy?
Oh, hold on. Did he make a copy? Like, did he imprint the caramel onto the disc to, like, get the markings and then make a copy of it? Whoa. That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty cool if that were the case. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, and like this. That's amazing! The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. And it's edible?
How extraordinary.
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press, and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high Sir Crew's nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would ensue from the disc when played. Are you marketing your own brand of caramel? Crime caramel. Crimerel. Caramel. I can't.
Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does the disc play?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Runo? Huh? Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb that's what produces the sound. Small protuberances plucked with the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes.
Oh, curse in Spanish? That Edgar Benedict? Hijo de la gran puta. Estúpido maricón.
The first music box is to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
I like the music. But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs, such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce, and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an unsurmountable problem. Oh, I didn't even realize. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested a disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. Sounds... Ugh. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. It sounds like horror music. So, I am presently engaged in inquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Every single one? That's Hurley for you. Always taking things too far.
But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? What about Magnus? Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since the grisly case. Please don't make me do the Irish accent. Okay, thank God. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Sholmes has cute hair, not gonna lie. He does have cute hair. Really cute hair. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried.
I don't want to do the accent! I can't do it!
We might have to do it sooner or later. No! No! I don't wanna! Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial,
the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
I mean, because, like, we never found out who killed him. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. What? No, don't tell me that, please. Please don't tell me that. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. I don't know! If it was funny, maybe. It would appear the case is not yet closed. Oh.
Well, it is time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Guinea will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh! Well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something. That reminds me of something Mr. Windybank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in the pawn. Didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it.
Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windybank's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskerville.
The Hound of the Baskervilles? Is that how you say it? Yeah.
I should love to read it.
Eh?
Ah!
Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know that? How could you know the full title? Well, that's
because Mr. Sato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But, Reno, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said that he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript was at the Windybanks?
And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived.
Oh! Hey, she did come! Miss Lestrade! This was a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. No, come back! No, wait! Miss Lestrade! We've all been eagerly waiting your arrival.
Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes! Just wait there, Guinea. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome? Meddlesome it is, then.
Cat! Kitty! Meow!
That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sean's violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night.
Aw, it sounds like they had a nice night.
That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Gina wins.
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sean's violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time when we're in court.
Naruhodo-san, can I consult with you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Susato-san? It's about the telegram I received. The one that arrived first thing in this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once!
Oh! No, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Ah, Iris. Hello again.
And Gina.
I'm Gina too.
Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah.
How lovely. Let me make you a pot of tea.
You know, I've learned so much today.
Oh, what in particular?
All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? Oh, that's a cute thought.
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my, how did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it though.
Thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny?
I think I wouldn't fancy my chances with a boy who lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does.
Well, let's talk with her.
Slipped it off his arm.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. All right, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
no, not at all, Iris. Not at all.
Why is it so important?
I don't know what all this is about, really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script, or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's?
That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Guinea, but... My daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister?
Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I studied them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's your old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone for a very long time. So, I've never really met him.
Oh, right. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her.
Should we, though? Should we, though?
Iris, this Hound the Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh, how?
I don't really know. But it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've seen him like that.
Huh? It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris, but the story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best wax!
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me. Oh, that's suspicious.
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windybank, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said that it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does! He's treating you like a child! I mean, it's mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that!
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too. You lot are all too trusting for your own good. Wow! Whoa, 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 whoa! Holmes is suspicious, yeah! But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I'll bet my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me.
And then she was fine. What do you mean lying, though? Can we talk to her? Yes, we can. When the detective is sus. When the detective is, in fact, very sus. So tell us about your dead parents, probably. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the moment we're born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, Darwin's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like a Robin Hood, ain't? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But having listened to what Oris just said, it sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh!
I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy. So much. Oh, Iris.
This is sad. So what is Sholmes lying about?
Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he pulled off that manuscript or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish.
Oh my! Why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. If that story was really in an old Winbeck storeroom, there's no way that someone from half around the world, in other words, you, can know about it.
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
But Harley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them.
You just ain't realised it yet.
And we know that'll never happen.
I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Windybanks. You'd soon see it if you had a book, if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar, like the rest of them.
Oh man, that's sad, yeah. That'll never happen.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Harley's telling me the truth sometimes. See?
Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it.
I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris.
Oh, my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Guinea. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah. Alright.
And please, don't mention any of this to Harley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then.
Iris. It sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child.
What do you mean, deep down? She is a child.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san.
Goodbye.
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo. That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes.
Eh?
Just two dudes hanging out in the middle of the night. One bro sitting on my bed. How old is Sholmes again? He's 34. Okay.
And I think, if I remember, Ryunosuke is 23? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She's probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received a distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Mr. Sato. But I don't believe the girl has gone home. But I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me. Look out of the window, my dear fellow. Eh? What's this about? Eh? Oh no! Don't tell me! Wait a minute. Why is there a light at this time of night? That's Mr. Windybank's pawnbroker. Mr. Windybank's... Oh no!
It's simple. If that story is really in the old Windybank storeroom, there's no way someone from ever around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Could Gina have gone? It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Nebuhideo. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Oh, Susato.
What the fuck, Gina? I know you're a pickpocket, but come on! We can't bail you out if you get arrested!
The door to Windybanks is open.
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come. There's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, I don't like that! Ah! Oh no! Oh no, I don't like that! I don't like the blood on the calendar! Mm!
Oh yes. There is.
Oh god, that fucking scared me. Mr. Sholmes? Oh shit, did he get shot? What the? He's been shot?
Leave me, Mr. Nebuhideo!
But,
After them! Go!
right! Shit. Blast! I've lost them. Hello. We're over here. What all this then?
The alarm has just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about?
Officer, come with me! It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes! He's been shot!
Sure!
With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windybanks.
Oh boy. Where is he? What the fuck? What?
Oh, animated cutscene?
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado,
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom.
Oh my god.
Hurry!
Oh my god. What the fuck is happening? Break the door down! Or use your katana! Do you not have that?
What?
Gina!
It's Gina.
Shit, fuck. What the fuck? What? To be continued? Are you kidding me? What the shit is happening? First it's a Sean gets shot, now the Wendy Banks is dead, and Gina's out cold. What the fuck? I'm in for it now, huh? Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry. Alright. Let me see. Wendy Bank dead. No! No, it's not Gina. We are defending Gina. I refuse to believe she did this. She's just a child. I mean, okay, no, that's not a valid excuse. Point is, I refuse to believe Gina did this. She's being framed, absolutely. But she has a gun. Yeah, you know who else had a gun? Ryunosuke. In the very first case. From that moment, Wendy Banks' pawnbrokery became a crime scene. She's baby age. No, she's baby. 17 is baby. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 22-1B. Iris is gonna be upset. Shit. There. Oh, speak of the devil. Oh, Iris.
A telegram came, but all it said was, "Wait at home."
Oh, yes. We asked one of the policemen to have sent it. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Guinea were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runo?
Poor Iris. She's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
You could say that. Yes. I'm afraid so. Are we really gonna tell a 10-year-old that her guardian got shot, her friend might be accused of murder? I feel like we shouldn't, but... I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windybank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the afternoon. In the morning. Not afternoon, what the fuck?
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
When I saw all those police carriages pulling up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windybanks in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street. I chased after them, but they got away.
So, it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windybank, I suppose.
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Guinea? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No! Guinea wouldn't do something like that.
I know! None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. There's a lot to talk about.
I don't understand why they arrested Guinea. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No. No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
Ah, it's all so horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Windybank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all of the deposited articles, and the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, and the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Runo? Well?
What can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't.
So, where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windybanks, a gun was fired and he took a bullet.
Hurley was shot? No, no!
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinner's. They're attending to him there. Wow, St. Sinner's.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No. I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
Operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
Where was he shot? I mean, yeah, you have to have operation to remove the bullet, but still. It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Windybank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them. Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, you know? On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris.
Oh. Where's Susie, Runo?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mr. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station.
I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Runo. Yeah, we're having Iris as an assistant. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of the murder. You were taking a 16-year-old, it's fine. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget, we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later.
Let's go.
Alright, so we can go to Baker Street, Woody Banks Pawnbrokery, St. Sinner's Hospital, and the prison. So let's go to the hospital first.
Hurley! Oh.
Oh,
He's not here.
no, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't he? Didn't she? Sorry.
Ooh. I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, so he's been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not, there's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered. Don't tell her that!
Oh. Hello. What have we here? Hello. What's all this then? This ward is off limits, no visiting. So what are you doing here, eh? Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin. Eh? No! Well, begging your pardon there, ma'am, sir.
A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great Mr. Solvers has a mysterious family, eh? If that's how you see us, sure.
Aw, family! Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he's currently in the operating theatre, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
It has been several hours since he went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is. Oh! I have had a report the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is.
Ah.
Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that he won't be back for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley.
So, let's go see Gina. Mr. Sholmes has so much caffeine in his body that anesthetics do not work. I feel like that will happen to me someday. Hello, Gina. Oh, they let her keep that?
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Ellie and I made.
I wish she wouldn't point it at me all the time, though.
What are you here for?
Guinea,
Ginny.
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you.
Well, you can't.
Sorry?
You Ed, get lost. Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the...
Thank you for the jorts.
You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I'll get by. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Guinea, I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cub came by before and said that he'd be a lawyer for me or would like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Guinea? Come on. Let us defend you. Come on. Come on.
I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
He wanted to sign me some papers. Representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it always been for me. Growing up in the back slums me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tells you, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sewed out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. You can't trust no one. That's the point. As soon as you do, you go on the grass. Dead.
Gina, listen. If you into my...
Forget it! Gimme! Don't you trust Runo? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
No. We're not leaving you alone. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night, at the pawnbrokers.
There's nothing to tell. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest.
No, you didn't.
But why, Guinea? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Starving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work and half of the time you don't even get nothing.
Is that really why you broke into the place?
What? What?
Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else?
Oh, give it a rest! What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Skinny, we believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone tells lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
What did you mean before, Gina? When you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable
lies you've been told you've told her? I can't read. Maybe we can help.
Sorry.
We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now. Can you please? Oh yeah. I want to give you this. Something to remember me by. Kitty!
A photographic print? Of a really adorable cat.
Kitty! I found it in one of the old pockets of this coat. Ain't no point me having it. I wonder what the little photograph like that was doing in the pocket of that overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming in again. Bye. Oh, Guinea. Time to investigate it!
Let's see. What does it say here? Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it.
13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited, 1 small box. Loan amount paid, 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th of April, 9 p.m.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket?
13th of February? That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it?
A small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Reno, if Mr. McGilded still had the ticket, then presumably he'd never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Yes! If it's something McGilded deposited, we need to investigate. Like a music box? Ooh! Maybe! Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to hit that again. Oh! Mr. Windybank appears to have used the back of the photograph to write out a redemption ticket. He's written it very neatly, but still, perhaps he ran out of paper, so he had to use anything he had to find. He had to hand. It's hard to know what's the front and what's the reverse side now.
Kitty.
This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. There's a lot of cats in this game, I'm realizing. Alright, let's go to fucking Windybanks. Oh, you could see them walk around and everything.
This is where it happened then, last night.
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
Iris, do you have eyes? Ryunosuke, do you have eyes? No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black.
Oh, I heard that!
Then... Oh, Inspector, good morning. I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, Mon. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you'd assigned extra men on the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming!
I expected to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are attending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say. Oh, look, he took off his hat! How much you want to bet one of the thugs was Egg Boy? Oh, absolutely. Definitely. I bet 30. Absolutely. I'm willing to take that bet. The Jen in Black is totally blameless. Everyone is in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. He's talking about a personality change. Oh, where are my manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice refreshing fruit juice? What the heck? What's going on here?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy?
This animation was so cute.
I have some herbal tea with me, if you'd like some. Wow, look at him go!
Lovely. Thanks so very much. I really hit the spot, your ladyship. Look at him! Look at him! She writes stories with him in it. If he fucks up, he'll be a laughingstock. Oh, is that why? Aw, I thought it was something sweeter. Okay, never mind then. But still, he's being funny. I don't even recognize him like this. So, how is the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge the diver we arrested last night, in fact. Gina? You're going to charge her? That's what. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish to oblige you, I'm afraid.
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you? How? How could you possibly know that?
Lucky guess? I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. This child is psychic. Yeah. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison? She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course.
Mr. Sholmes. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy. No visiting rule.
Oh!
The bullet must have hit an artery on his midriff. He lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even one and only show spot down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They've got to stop that bleeding.
But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better.
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know? Well, because, of course... yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective! That's why! We better pray the doctors have a better grasp on what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear. Please don't die, Hurley.
I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the Uprun Theatre. Not gonna lie, Gregson is kind of cute. He's silly. I like him. He's not Dick Gumshoe or Emma, but he's a good detective. I like him. Him and Hosonaga would be a pretty funny duo. Never underestimate anime 10-year-olds. You're right, Tiger Zodiac. You are absolutely right. Especially when they have pink hair. Also true. Pink hair is a sign of power, you see. I couldn't help but noticing, Inspector. Well, out with this, Sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch this sauce, Sonny! I'm a copper, and we don't go in for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those adventures of Sherlock Holmes stories. That's why.
Oh.
I crop up in on them, though, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes. Because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really.
It was one of Sholm's lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how you put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what the one line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled! Doubled, I tell you!
Ooh, that's amazing.
Oh, because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all of Sherlock Sholmes' stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No. The great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think of what happened to Marcella if that came out in print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when a new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
I like his face. Teetotal.
Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, what is it?
I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it till now.
An important message? I wonder what it could be. An important message? What is it? What is it, Inspector?
Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah. It's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Oh, she's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe.
Nope, not anymore. She's had to head off.
Head off? Where?
To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her.
Ah, yes, of course, I've forgotten about that.
One of the whipstocks took her to there in their yard carriage after we'd finished questioning her. But she anxious to tell you that she didn't have the fare for the return journey, and to go and meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service.
I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go to see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. Okay. Can we examine things, though? Because, like, there's a lot that I want to investigate. Like, so...
Alright then, let's see what we can uncover.
What? What you think you're doing there, Sunshine? You can't touch anything in there.
Oh, but we were hoping to investigate.
This is a crime scene, for Pete's sake. No touching.
What's this problem, Gregsy? Grin is a lawyer, you know that.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship. Ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are a thorn in my side. Of course, if Mr. Naruhodo was to have been properly appointed by the accused, that'd be another matter.
The accused?
If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be only too happy to let you nose around.
I love that animation. Did you hear that, Reno? We need Guinea to sign some representation papers.
It looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. Okay. And yeah, we can't investigate. So let's get out of here. A new location has been added. Well, before we do that, let's go get Susato. We also have to say British Gant. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regards to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust? Yes, thank you very much. Eh? Oh, they're talking! There they are. Susato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland.
Wait, what? What? Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Are we going back to Japan? Susato-san? Oh! Mr. Naruhodo. What was all that about? Does that mean no more Assistant Susato? No!
Ah, Mr. Naruto. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague.
What's this all about? Why were you talking about Mrs. Sato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow?
Tomorrow? But what about Guinea's trial? You mean... she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
What the fuck is happening? Mr. Sato, what's all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here can continue just as that.
That's not what I asked! What happened? Why are you leaving? What the fuck? I guess I don't know what's going on anymore.
It's my father. He's...
Oh. Okay. That's a different story.
It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no!
Professor Mikotoba?
If I may,
Yes, sorry?
you must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe.
Yes! Yes, that's right.
My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensics medicine at Yume University.
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it.
As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. Though it would be prudent to hasten Mrs. Sato's departure as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely. I guess in that case, it's valid for her to go back home, but man!
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening. Aw, man!
So Gina has been charged? She'll have to appear in court?
Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. Susato, bye-bye.
No, not even 24 hours later?
Gina? Ah, the Lestrade girl, and the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, Lord Strongheart?
In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave. Now.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend.
Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. Absolutely not.
3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me.
There's just one thing, Lord Strongheart.
Which is?
It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her?
A timely suggestion.
Sorry?
The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Well, it's not that they're not giving her one. She keeps rejecting them, is the thing.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused the right.
Why would she do that?
A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you.
What a day. Gina charged with murder. Sasato-san about to leave. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do? As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. That's a very pensive look.
Pensive?
I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to visit her well before I leave. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go! If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can, as a lawyer. Man! 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 Hello again, Gina.
Here she goes.
What you lot doing here for?
To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I?
can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
So many girls.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Eh? Farewell?
Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie.
Well, that ain't my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right. I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
Well, it's my fault.
Yes. So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you.
Eh?
Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
What are you talking about? What'd you expect me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies.
So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths.
What about what you said before, Guinea? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant.
No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted? I have returned from my unannounced absence. Where is Appleton Breadbowl Goosington? We haven't seen him since. Mr. Sholmes got shot. Fucking Windybank is dead, and Gina is the suspect. We have 2 witnesses, which were 2 thugs that we believe one of them is the killers. They ran off, but the yard caught them, so they're witnesses. We're trying to convince Gina to let us defend her, but she won't let us. But I think we're getting there. And I shot him. That's right. Oswald is the killer. Look, he's even got a sword in his name to prove it. He's got a deadly weapon. It was me! The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. Oh, and Susato is leaving for Japan, so we're not going to see her in the trial, which makes me very sad. The case of the mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. And is that what this is about? Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? Are we gonna find out what actually happened in that case? Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well,
The thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it.
What sort of thing did you lie about?
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. Oh shit.
It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see a thing. And then... Whoa! I heard that loud thud. Like someone falling on the floor.
And that's when Mr. McGilda discovered you?
Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to a dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at my hands, I had the cub's blood all over him. I was so scared, I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Shit, dude.
And that man ran into my knife 10 times.
Then Mr. McGilda started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were and why you were hiding under the seat.
Yeah, he did. Only,
That's not all. What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I heard. And about what I was going to do after the cub was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he let me scarper before the coppers showed up.
What? Gina, you must tell me what you swore to. What he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh my god, so much information, let's go! What you saw?
You said McGilda made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilda sitting above your head, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the cub hitting the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilda heard that and dragged me out by the arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer where I'd been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny.
A disc?
A disc? Do you mean...
Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at the Windy Banks.
So the music disc was there on the floor of the omnibus?
Not for long. McGilda spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket.
So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
I kind of miss Asiago Chicken Ranch Geronimo. You just keep coming up with new names for him now. And the bog trotter told me, hold on, hold on. That's a bit of a no-no word, Gina. That's a bit of a no-no word. You watch that potty mouth of yours, girl. Gee, I mean, I guess it's accurate for the time, but good golly. Yeah, I remember reading this a while back. If I remember, bog trotter, I believe it's a derogatory word for the Irish. It's basically, if I read it a while back, it's a derogatory word for the Irish saying that they roll around in mud and dirt. And they're stinky. Yeah. I read about it a while ago when I was like looking up something.
It's like, I guess it's accurate for this time, but Gina, wash your mouth.
I wouldn't mutter a word of it to no one.
What do you mean? His name's always been Arlington Milquetoast Geneva Convention. Well, there's another word that will pop up that isn't the best today. Oh, really? Milquetoast.
Because it was so dark under the seat in the cab. I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably, that was Mr. McGilded getting on board. The Q slur? Oh.
Fishy old Britain, I suppose. But doesn't that word also, like, just mean strange? I think in ye old, in like old Britain and or whatever, and even in like some other places, that word is just used to like as just strange, not really as like as a bad word. So I guess it's fine in this sense, because obviously it's just their way of saying weird. Like, I remember that. It's still not a great word. Like, some people aren't okay with it. I'm personally like okay with it being like said to me because I'm just okay. I don't think it existed in the homophobic sense around this time period. Exactly, yeah. It didn't. It was just how they said weird. It still caught me off guard. Yeah, I can understand that. It has been reverting to its original context in recent times, which is nice. Yeah, that is nice. That's good to hear. I know some people still use it as like taking it back for LGBT stuff. But I know there's other people that aren't okay with the word. So it's good to see it being like used as how it is originally. Yeah.
Nah, not only him. Oh! Because I could definitely just make out the footsteps of
2 people? 2 people?
In that case, it would seem likely that it was McGilded, Mr. McGilded and the victim, Mrs. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed that he slept during the carriage ride.
I mean, we obviously know that's a lie now. No, don't make me read it. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. Okay, thank you. That's all he had to say.
And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring.
You know who is homophobic? Who's homophobic?
Yeah, that weren't exactly true.
Just wait till you find out he's not really dead and he comes back for the trial. What? What? Apple bottom jeans gorillas? Jeez.
Neither of them was asleep. I could hear him talking the whole time in low voices.
What? What were they talking about?
Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other.
So McGilded was lying, as I suspected.
After the event. I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised that alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. Two coves from up top ran off to get the compass. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right. After they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it into the nearby pawnbroker. Eh? And for your troubles, let's see now. Hey, I'll give you 10 guineas. So I bought off the cab driver. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Windy Banks. The coachee snapped out the money and ran up to the pub this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat. And let me get out of there. Not without conditions. I see. What were the conditions? We're calling him a monkey now? In case it isn't evident, he fucking did that shit. Okay, now I'm 100% certain McGilded killed that dude. So I'm glad I went with. I feel bad that we got him and not guilty, but well, he's really. It's like you know. I'm running out of funny names for Egbert. Well, that alone is already a funny name. I can believe it. A bribery, then. Yeah, it's a bribery. So, what were McGilded's conditions, then? For letting you go free, I mean. Well, music stopped. Not telling the soul. Not for anything. About what I saw and what I heard. What I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said. Oh. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything wrong at all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye. The fiend's taken me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker or hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have a ticket? That's right. And I'll come fetch it for you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go on the pawn shop, Windy Banks so it is, and you're to extend the loan after 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any old fiend could come along and buy it. Eh? But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now, if you go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The compass? Aye. They'll come asking you to take the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What it is that you might see, and what it is that you won't. What the fuck? After he'd gone over it all, I parked it. Go as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGill had planned it.
and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied. In that big old courtroom. Toast some caucus.
Thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. This is what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us. And we was always just looking out for each other, getting by together.
So you mean Mr. McGilded would have...
In a heartbeat! He could have had all of us chased out there if he wanted. And then where we could gone, eh? Nowhere. That's where.
So I didn't have no choice.
This poor kid. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything.
But I'm 4 now, eh? Go on, admit. You must be livid.
Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor.
A favor? What?
Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial.
Eh?
If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us.
Investigate what?
The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Shones was shot, you see.
You what?
Hanley's having a big operation right now, Guinea.
Is it bad? Is it gonna be alright? Shones is gonna be alright, right? Aw, she cares.
That's why I want to investigate. For Mr. Shones' sake as much as anything.
I kind of had a feeling that case was going to come back, but not like this. Yeah, me neither. Jesus Christ. I'm glad we went with plead, not guilty. I meant guilty. Fuck. I think I was like, I don't think it let us plead for guilty, but I definitely wasn't going along with Mr. McGilded's lies. I was reporting the facts, and it's all connected. Exactly. But like, what the fuck is with the disc? What the fuck is the disc? This picture.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that. Mr. Sato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here.
It's simple, Car. A Morse code, maybe? Oh, you might be right. Yeah, that could be it. It's the first Beatles album. I don't think the Beatles were even a thing. Absolutely not. No.
Are you gonna sign them? Come on. Come on. I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer or nothing. Come on. Just sign the papers, Gina. Just sign the papers.
Poor Guinea. She seems so lonely.
Yeah! There you go. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windy Banks now.
Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Guinea when we're done there.
Sorry. I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windy Banks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it.
To be continued. Okay, hold on, I need to cough. Ah! Whoa, boy!
God. Woo! This might be a good stopping point. Yeah, I agree. This series been going on for like, I think 3 hours. I've been coughing way too much. I'm so sorry. Oh, man. Where is Aqueduct's Humphrey Glasshouse? Jesus Christ, Biggest Bull. How many names are you gonna pull out for the guy? The trial hasn't started, and that was a roller coaster. That's true. We haven't even gone to the trial. I'm guessing we are in part 3 of this episode, right? Yeah, this is part 3 now. I will not stop until I'm dead. This is part 3, so I imagine this is gonna be like a 5-part episode, maybe? Or 2 or 4? Like 5 or 4, I feel like. So it'll be like maybe 3 days of investigation and 2 days, not 3 days, 3 parts investigation and 2 parts trial. We've gone through 2 to be continues. Jeez, man. Yeah, that's true. We've gone through 2 of them, so we've gone through 2 parts of the episode. I will not stop until I'm dead. Okay. Biggest Bull, no! 911, call the Scotland Yard. There's been a murder. There's been a murder in Pixel Cave stream. And the culprit is Oswald McFly. How dare you? How dare you, good sir? You just killed the bull. My comrade in arms. I'll send you to the bobbies, I will. Throws the gun in Exoteria. Oh boy. Alright. Before we close the stream, let's see if there's anyone to raid. Let us see. The biggest bull is dead. Ow. Ow. My fingers. Ow. Ouchie. No, it doesn't seem like anyone is actually, like, that I'm following online. The biggest bull is dead. Sorry. Sorry, biggest bull. But you got shot. That's just how it is. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You died. You're a victim. You are now an accessory to a murder case. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe our redeems are being a little funky. Hopefully it doesn't like stay like that. The ghost redeemed it. Can we get some F's in the chat for biggest bull? Yeah, F's in the chat for biggest bull, please. No, biggest bull is dead. But I guess I won't. I guess maybe there won't be like a raid because it doesn't seem like anyone I'm following is online, and no one on the recommended channel seemed like super interesting. I'm not putting an F in there. I don't regret it. That's cold. That's brutal. That's so mean. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Thank you so much, everybody who came by to watch. I really appreciate it. All the redeems, all the jokes. It means a lot to me. I will not be streaming on Wednesday, cause it's the day off from Twitch thing, so there will be no art stream this week. No, don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! You can't shoot me. I'm in space. But yeah, there won't be an art stream this week. Friday, I'm kind of like trying to decide what to stream on Friday. Because I'm caught between maybe playing Chrono Trigger or Hollow Knight. But we'll see what I decide to do by then. Or play something else. I don't know. I have a lot of games in my backlog. There's a lot of games we can try. I can fly. Chrono Trigger. You really want me to play Chrono Trigger? I will rise from the grave and claim my against Angelic Jort's grasslands. Get Earth Defense Force 5 and play it. Earth Defense Force 5? I don't know what that is. I will check that out. Another game I can also do is actually finish Pokemon Snap or Paradise Killer, because I actually haven't finished those games yet. So that's other games we can try. But yeah, we have plenty of time to decide on what to play for Friday. For now, that's the plan. But yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye. Is an Earth Defense Force made by the same dude who made Sniper 2? I don't know what that is either, but I'm sure it's probably a neat game. A very ghostly goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.